There is another one waiting for the... Sean is waiting to enter.
Yeah, I've just admitted him. Okay, so a warm welcome to everyone. It's really great to see everyone here. We've got Rainer today. He's going to give us a quick tour of the sun and a look at some autofocusing that he's done, which will be very, very interesting. Also just want to sort of like point out, remember the Charlie Bates fundraiser is going on through October. Please remember, to donate a little bit because it helps to keep Solarchat, the forum, going because it's quite costly to maintain. So if you could dip into your pockets just a little bit and just add into that. And I think, yeah, and there's a great little prize giving each week as well. So that hopefully will encourage you to donate. Stephen, have you got anything else?
Yeah.
Point out?
Are you getting my audio?
Yep, we are.
Okay, good. I am sorry about the camera. I'm trying to set up in the shed and there's still bugs to work out in the man cave. Yeah, so the re-up for the hosting occurs on November 21st, and we are past that point. But we also have to pay for attorneys and accounting. And there is a huge scare right now in the U.S. nonprofit community because there's talk from the nonprofit centers. I don't care about politics, all right? But there is a very serious indication that nonprofits are going to have to swear allegiance to a political theology in order to remain nonprofits. And of course, I cannot do that. But that's what's going on now, especially they are targeting voter nonprofits to begin with, but it's going to go to all nonprofits. So hopefully that won't happen because we will no longer exist if that's the case. The hosting package with DreamHost is $3,800 for 3 years, and we're going to re-up that in November. And I don't, I don't mind paying for it myself, but it would be a lot better if the nonprofit paid for it. And you may have seen Boyan Skapanovic on the forum, tooling around a little bit. Boyan is our Canadian director for Charlie Bates, and he's also an IT professional with a firm in Canada, let's just say. And I'm not getting any younger, so I'm kind of setting it up so that when I drop dead, there'll be somebody else that can maintain the forum. Hopefully that won't happen anytime soon, but you never know. All of us except Sean and Alexandra are in that range where you never know when you're going to keel over. So Boyan is working. Oh, I'm sorry, and Ivan, of course. Boyan is doing some things in the background because, as most of you probably know, our computer consultant who did the serious work on the forum died last year. And that was another indicator that I needed to have somebody else that had all the keys to the forum. So Boyan may be in and out doing some things administrative wise on the forum. We're looking good. Everything's running great. But we need to have somebody that knows what they're doing to take care of any massive outage because we've created a monster together. It's by far the biggest attachment database on earth for astronomy nonprofits. And it's a pretty huge post repository for all things solar. And I'd like to keep it going. And I'd like for it to keep going after I'm not here anymore, after I'm a big sunspot on the sun. So anyway, we are doing our fundraiser, and cough it up, man. You know how it is. So I will mute myself now, and I appreciate it. And thank you for joining us on this solar chat.
Thank you. Okay, so should we pass over to Rainer and see what he's going to show us?
Okay, thank you, Alexandra. Let me get my windows in place. They always disappear. Do you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
Okay. Can you see the...
Yes, we see a full disk sun. We see a full disk sun. That's beautiful.
One question, when I tested it a few days ago with Alexandra, she told me she was not able to read the writing of the window. And we found out if I put my window smaller, like this,
That's
she
good.
was able to read it better. What do the others say about this?
Much better for
That
me.
setting looks good.
I beg your pardon?
It looks very good, Raina. I can see it very well.
And the others?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I offered you to show you how easy it is to use in Sharpcap the tool Focus Assistant. I was always also lately having trouble to focus my son. And so I decided to maybe I test it to see how it works. And now, since then, I am using only this Focus Assistant to sharpen the sun and then take my videos. So what you have to do is you go to Tools, open Focus Assistant, Contrast Edge Detection, that is what I use. And then you get on the bottom of the Sharpcap window, you get this window here. Do you see the mouse?
Yes.
Yes.
Does everybody see the bottom window well?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, when you should choose the way you want to focus with contrast, you have a red square, appears a red square, which you can size. You can change the size by dragging like this. I normally position this square on a filament, and this is what I use for focusing the sun. Now let me go out of the focus. You see the green arrow here, and this is my focuser position at the moment. Now let me go out of the focus. I moved it 60 steps, and you see now on the left side of the bottom window, you see a red arrow pointing downwards. And I don't know if you can see the sun focused or not. So now I have again the red square on top of the filament. And you see how the green arrow went up and gives me a value. Now, if I move it to the positive side, I always use 5 steps on my focuser. Now you can see the second green arrow is a little bit atop the first green arrow. And then I move my focuser a little bit to the positive side, and now you see the focus point is less. So what I do is go back again. And then move again into the positive side by 5 steps. You can see the 3 red arrows, which means it's not focused. Now you see my sun moving because it's the backlash of my focuser. So yeah, now you see a green arrow again. Now one thing you can adjust also here on the left side is how often do you want to refresh the measurements? And you have here 1 second, 2 seconds, 5 seconds, 1 frames, 5 frames. I am using 20 frames. My camera is doing at the moment 55 frames per second. So this means I have 2.5 refreshments per second. Now you see the green arrow is a little bit down. I go back again into the positive sides. And you can see how the green arrow starts to go up. And that's all what you have to do. It's just move sometimes forwards and backwards until you find your position of the focuser and your focus, and your sun is focused. That's all. It's easy like that. Any questions?
So Raina, are you using an electronic focuser there? You're not actually physically touching the scope and turning the knob.
I am using an electronic, yes, a motor focuser.
Yeah, and
Only-
does it work just the same with both manual and motorized?
If you make it manually, it's much more complicated, but it should work too.
Right.
But it's always a problem of finding the position where you saw it in focus. Yeah.
Okay.
This is very good when you have a motor focuser on it.
Right.
And this is what helps you a lot. Another thing I can show you, is this focusing okay, or any more questions? As you can see, you get in focus very quickly.
I was going to say, does the Sharpcap focuser actually move the focuser, or are you actually physically having to?
I am moving the focuser.
Ah, right, okay.
I am moving it by 5 steps. You see here on this side, on the right side on the bottom, I move it 5 steps at a time. I go back quickly. I put some, for example, when I put 20 steps and move it quickly backwards 2 or 3 times. Then
So
I go
Sharpcap is
forward.
actually controlling your motorized focuser then?
Yes, I'm moving the focuser by clicking on the movements. Now, due to the backlash, I have to go a little bit further back, and then I go certain quantity of steps forward, and then I change it to 5 steps, and then I move slowly again into the position I was before. And I always, you can see now, here is the green arrow approaching again the highest position. I hope so. You see now, it is at 1800. And now let me see if 1805 gives me again the highest position. It's slowly going up. And when I see that, I can shoot my videos. And that's all what you have to do at the end effect.
So what motorized focuser do you have?
It's from ZWO, the EAF. But any brand should do it.
You can use a
Yeah,
manual
it's-
focuser also without any
It's ASCOM
computer control.
driven. So any focuser, any motor focuser you put on your telescope will work with this because it's ASCOM.
One you have like that?
Yes, exactly, one of those.
Yeah, those are super nice. I have to give this a try. I haven't ever used any of these features before.
Right, now,
I
can you show us, put the sun into the big screen again, just so that we can really enjoy what the sun looks like at the moment?
Yeah, I've forgotten.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, let me show you another thing. And I think I'm the only one in the world who has a remote adjustable H-alpha etalons. Let me show you how I adjust my illumination of the sun. Yeah, now you see the sun is in bands. I have quite a good illumination of the sun surface, the sun disk. Now let me show you one thing.
Is that
You
transit?
can see, you
Yes.
can see how it is changing. The right side is getting darker and the left side is getting brighter.
Yeah.
Oh
And
yes.
that's why I'm moving my etalons remotely with stepper motors. I'm changing the angle remotely. Now, in order to find the illumination again, I overexpose my sun. You can see the hotspot is totally on the right, on the left side.
Mm.
It's a lovely prominence.
Yeah.
That's that
Gorgeous.
big one that's been around.
You see,
It's
my
changed a
hotspot
lot.
is totally out of the sun surface. Now let me get it into position again. It's done very quickly. You can start seeing how the hotspot is moving slowly into the center again. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I have my hotspot more or less here, I change to my normal exposure, and there you have it. It's a little bit off still.
Mm-hmm.
Now more or less, it's more or less like this. And my etalons are adjusted.
These are tilt tune, right, Rainer?
Beg your pardon? Yes,
Are
these are
they tilt?
yes, tilt tuned. I bought this in 2008 from those are original Coronado, not meat. And I was lucky. Eric Roel here in Mexico knew one guy very good in Coronado. And so they matched my two etalons. So I have two matched etalons which play together very well. And I guess you have seen it in my images that I get good contrast and good in-band. And these are two SM60, 60 millimeters. And I took off one of the, one of the red filters. The bottom etalon does not have the energy rejection filter. So I'm only working with one energy rejection filter. And my blocking filter is a BF30. And there I don't have the ITF because it was rusted, and then I exchange it for a 12 nanometer H alpha filter from Astronomic. And that's how I am doing my imaging.
Yeah. Very good.
Rainer, could you increase the exposure again so that we can enjoy that lovely prominence?
No, okay.
Gamma.
But it's overexposed in the.
Yeah, keep
Can
going
you-
a bit more.
I was gonna say, can you change the gamma?
No, this camera has no gamma.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There it is.
There it
Okay.
is.
Oh, that's superb.
It's lost quite a bit of size.
Oh, we've got like a
It
floating
stretched.
from top
It
right.
stretched at
Yeah.
least.
It's nice
Man.
prominence. I
Yeah.
can capture it with one today.
That prominence looks just like my
Prominence.
dog sitting next to an oak tree.
Yeah, it is a lovely tree prom, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic.
I was
Yeah.
going to mention Fire Capture also has a very similar focus assistant. And all these electronic focusers, most of them are Bluetooth connectable now. So you don't have to run a bunch of cables everywhere, but you still have to be pretty close to the telescope with Bluetooth. And you can use either of these focus assistants with manual focusing with your hand. It's just very difficult to adjust it in the fine. I mean, every time you touch it, it goes 10 steps. So it's very difficult to get it perfect with your hands, but you can use just a hand focuser with the focus assistant in Fire Capture or Sharpcap. How do I know? Because I can't see very well. And That's the only way I get anywhere near focus anymore. And it's usually 120 degrees up on the observatory and I'm covered in sweat. So yeah, it is a great tool though.
So I use Jenica Astro image capture software. And if I press the function keys, I get various digital zooms. I don't know if other software has the same feature, but so I just zoom in digitally and then find focus because I'm always sitting right next to my scope. I don't have any means of driving the focus mechanically other than using my finger and thumb.
I'll tell you what, those focusers are pretty cheap though. And there's really no excuse for not having an electronic focuser now. They used to be several $100s, but now you can get a really, really nice focuser from a company other than ZWO, thank God, for $150 or less. And they're super nice, really good focusers. I don't use one on my solar scopes, but I should.
I don't either.
No, I don't have one either. I can just see it as being something else to set up. Just
Yeah, the Bluetooth makes it a lot easier than having the cables everywhere.
Well, you saw where I got mine from. It wasn't attached to my scope either.
I'm with you, Alexandra. Keep it simple.
Yeah.
well, yeah.
Well, at night, you know, on the nighttime setup, they all have electronic focusers that are completely controlled by the software. I don't do anything on the focusers for the nighttime setup. And we really, even if you have 20/20 vision, there's no way you're going to get it focused as well as that computer does it.
So I'm presuming that it takes into account then seeing conditions because that's going to
measures the
vary
diameter
all
of
the
the
time.
star. At night it finds a star and it tweaks it until the star is at the absolute minimum diameter. And that's how it does it. I don't know how it does it in the daytime, but probably the same way. That is a beautiful image.
It's just lovely. Oh yeah, there's that little floating prom at the top right has got like little attachments, little tiny cables.
Yeah.
Just coming down. I hope, Rainy, you're getting some images of this.
I beg your pardon?
I hope you're getting some images of this.
Like this?
Yeah, it's lovely.
I wish you could see my screen. There's a sand fly that got underneath my computer screen on my big Mac, and it's dead. But it's very small, but it's underneath the screen. So every time I look at anything, it looks like it has a sand fly on it.
Because I was hoping to see the sun today, but it was just thick fog and gloom. And so I feel like that I've actually seen the sun today now because of rain.
I'm missing capturing that prom again. It's gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
Overcast here as well.
Okay, Alexandra, I made 2,000 pictures. Is that enough?
Oh, yeah, that's beautiful for me. Thank you.
How much
I
it's
just
changed.
so wish that it'd been sunny today. Oh, that just would have been incredible to see.
Yeah, the forecast was for sun, wasn't it?
It was supposed to be forecast to be really sunny yesterday as well.
Yeah.
We just had cloud. It was so disappointing.
Well, I was a little bit afraid today in the morning when I looked out. It was totally covered. But it looked like it was fog. But then at about 10:30, it cleared up. Now I have some clouds rolling in again, as usual. Always around noon, 1 o'clock, 1:30, the clouds roll in.
Liquid sunshine.
Oh, it's just lovely.
So, Rainer, I have one question. What will be happen if you push a refocus button in Sharpcap?
What happens?
What happens if you push a refocus? What will be?
It just moves the steps I have here. Do you see on the
Yes.
on the bottom right side?
Yes, I see. Mhm.
I put in here 5 steps. I push once and it moves 5 steps. That's all. It's not continuous moving.
Ah,
It
mhm.
only moves the steps I have put in here. Let me show you. Let me go out of this.
But what happens when you press that refocus button? Does it try and find it automatically?
I have tried it, but it does not work.
All right.
Works at night, but not in the day.
I can test it in the next days. Let me show you. Now you see, I have here a coarse adjustment and a fine adjustment. Here I have 100 steps.
Huh?
I say go back. You see it goes back. Just only 100 steps. And then I say positive 100 steps and it goes back to the position.
I see.
But there is a way to find the backlash of the focuser. You move it, you look at the sun, look here, the sun is moving now quite an amount. See?
Mm.
This is my backlash. Or better said, this is not the backlash, this is already compensated backlash. But in order to find the backlash, you just see how long the sun stays still until it starts to move. And this amount of steps is your backlash.
Mm.
And in my case, I have quite a big backlash, and this is compensated. I don't know if Sharpcap is compensating it. No, it's handled by the ASCOM driver. This means I have set up my backlash. Can you see the window I opened?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can see here, this is the ASCOM driver from ZWO. My focuser is the EAF H alpha because I have 2 focusers on this mount. And here in advanced, you can set the backlash. I have 100 steps backlash. You see it down here?
I think
Yes.
Here, down here.
I'm not sure whether we can see that part. We can just see configure the settings for the Zoom focuser.
Okay, I can do one thing. I can stop sharing the sun and can start sharing you let me see if I can share the focuser setting. Yes, here. Can you see now
Oh, yes.
okay, and you see here is backlash 100 steps.
Huh?
This means when I am in position 1000 and want to go to the opposite side, it moves 1000 steps, but they are not counted. Yeah? Got it?
Moves 100 steps. Do you mean?
Okay, let me say my focuser is at position 1000. Yeah? And I move it to the opposite side. This means it moves 100 steps and then it starts counting the steps into the opposite side.
Yeah.
Yeah? Because if you would count the backlash steps, the focuser would not be in the correct position anymore.
Yeah.
So backlash is not counted as focuser steps.
Can I ask what backlash is?
Backlash is the air you have between the teeth of the pinion and the rack and pinion air.
Okay.
There is a little pinion with teeth like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the focuser has a rack. This is the rack. And this movement inside, when you have air between the teeth of the little, this part and this part, this is backlash.
Okay.
Yeah, you can see it well.
Mm-hmm.
This is what is backlash. Backlash is that movement. Or backlash is nothing. Nothing moves at all until one teeth touches again the other one.
Okay.
This, for example, is moving into one direction. And when you go back to the other direction, it moves in the air. And until it touches the next teeth again, this is what is called backlash.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many
Mhm.
steps it takes to hit the next tooth before it starts moving?
And so how do you work out that it was 100?
I put my son, I put zero backlash. And then I start moving the focuser and my son will stay still. And when the teeth touches again the rack, it starts to move the sun and I count the teeth of doing nothing. I can show you if you want. Let me change the screen again.
So why does it move the sun's position just by
It's-
changing the focus?
It's the mount. It's the mount, Alexandra. It's the backlash of the mount when he's changing.
No, it's not the backlash of the mount.
Oh,
It's
no,
the
backlash of the focuser.
The focuser. The focuser on the body,
Oh, okay.
they have a rack.
So
Yeah.
yeah, why would it move the sun?
Yes.
This is on the focuser body. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this part is on the focuser shaft, on the motor shaft. And the game between these two is the backlash.
Yes, but why does the sun move in its position in the, because that would indicate that it was moving the, like the alt or deck or the, you know, depending on which mount you've
Yeah.
got,
Let me
rather than the actual focus
me-
in and out.
let me go back to sharing the sun. Now, as you can see, the palm trees are getting into the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the famous palm tree.
What happens now? I cannot close the. Now I have a problem.
Hmm.
Let me go back and share the setup. And say, okay, so the window disappears.
Mm.
Okay, now let me go back to sharing the sun. And here you can see nicely the leaves of the palm tree branches.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, put attention, Alexandra. When I move it now, negative 100 steps, the sun moved
Yes, but why?
because I am eliminating my backlash because I moved my focuser 100 steps backwards into the, how do you say? Into the unfocused position.
Right, we get that, but she wants to know why the sun's position is moving in the field of
Field of
view.
view.
When
Yeah.
you're just moving the focuser in and out. Why is the mount also moving?
If I don't apply backlash, at 100 steps, the sun would not go into the unfocused position.
Yeah,
Now it's focused.
Fine, Mr.
Yeah,
Call
I
on
understand.
the porch talking with Sherry and Becky, and I said, I better go check my phone.
Somebody speaking, I can't hear them quite.
Yeah, it's like it's moving the scope.
Mm.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's causing
What I-
flex in the
Yeah,
system.
what I suspect it is slop in the motor mechanism itself. So if I understand the backlash is that if you were to say to move the focuser in, there is going to be always an element of slop in between the gears, which is what Rainer was saying. If you then go to move it back out again, you tell it to move, say, 20 positions, you're still within the slop of the gear. So your sun will appear exactly the same focus position. It won't have actually moved. And if you keep moving and you were to watch the arrow he showed a minute ago, the slop will be at the point where the focus tube actually really moves again in the real world. Okay. The electronic focuser will think the gear is moving, but in reality, it's just fresh air in between the slop and the gears.
But if you sit next to your scope and you move the focuser in and out, the sun doesn't
No.
move in the field of view. It goes in and out of focus, obviously, but it doesn't move.
Correct. And I suspect just in this case, is able to recognize it perhaps due to some slop in the focuser. But it shouldn't if it was everything was rigidly tight, it certainly wouldn't be, it's not
The
adjusting
focuser
the
does this a
mount
little bit.
in any way. It is, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's easy to notice here by computer because there's no hand getting in the
Right.
way. Normally when you touch it with your hand, everything shakes and you don't
Yeah.
notice a slop.
The
Whereas
scope's not
here,
moving. The focuser is just bending a little more as you move.
Right.
It's just,
correct.
Yeah, little bit of torque from that
yeah,
driving
blocking
the
filters
gear.
bouncing up and down, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you say that in Spanish?
Yeah,
No
very good.
bueno.
But it really shows the benefit of the focuser here. You can
Yeah.
you can let it run back and forth, and you'll see basically like a minute ago when you had the green and the red arrows, it essentially forms a parabolic arc, and you can get the optimum position. It's the same effect with autofocus in a star at night. You'll get to a level of precision the hand just won't reach.
Except I doubt the software works on the sun to focus it automatically. You would have to do it yourself, but on the stars it works flawlessly, of course.
On a star, but it is interesting that I suspect it would also work to a certain degree here as well on the likes of a high contrast object, such as that filament you had a minute ago.
Or
It's
an element
effectively
bomb or
able,
something.
as I understand, it's able to detect the level of detail within this. The more bits, more information.
Right.
And the sharper it is, the more information comes through, and the blurrier it is, it'll and there's less contrast in it. So I suspect it's able to work similarly.
Yeah. Warren Spring,
Yes.
on a different subject. Could I tell you how beautiful that photo is that you have on the solar picture of the day?
Yeah, excellent.
Oh, sure.
I was really struck by the beauty of that photo. And that's not even with an SHG, is it? That's with an actual Etalon based.
No, that's with the Skywatcher, the Helios star.
That was a fantastic.
Honest to
image.
goodness, that thing is just amazing.
It is. I love mine. I've got mine and I love it. Absolutely. It works
can
really good
pull
with
it up
the
if you want me
Coronado
to.
blocking filter too, by the way.
Rainer, those palm trees need to lose a few more leaves during the next storm that blows through.
Yes.
Yeah.
It always strikes me how you can still see the sun behind the leaves, because I have to get some pretty serious tree limbs in front of the sun before I actually lose it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's just frames per second or something, but it's amazing to me you see anything when
you were talking about that prom, Alexander. Did you see the animation I posted of it 2 days ago?
Not yet, I don't think.
When it was big.
Oh.
I can
right now.
I can show you if you want me.
Yeah. Please do, Warren.
Hold on.
Yeah, I think Rainer would have to stop sharing first.
Oh, okay.
Beg your pardon?
Can you turn
Yes,
off your
thanks,
share?
Rainer. Oh, that's just such a lovely picture.
Do I stop my sharing or what?
Yes, please.
Please.
And then we'll see what Warren's got.
Okay.
Thanks, Rainer. That was brilliant.
Yeah, very good.
Okay.
Oh, so nice to see a live sun as well.
Gracias.
I love the hat as well, Raina.
Yes.
Are you seeing it now?
Yes. Oh, yeah, that's fantastic.
That's how big it was 2 days ago.
And that's more like a hedgerow prominence.
I don't know. Yeah, well, I called it an irregular arch
Mhm, yes.
because there's what, 3 attachments?
Yes.
Yeah, my internet up here is not as good, so I don't know if it's flowing well or not, what you're seeing, but
It's doing about 1 frame every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
oh, is it? No,
That's a beautiful image, man.
It is
it
lovely.
was a gorgeous prom.
Mhm.
But you'd
So
asked
very
about,
huge.
I think Stephen asked about, hold on a minute, the full disc. That was, get my date here. I think that's this one. Nope, not that one.
Yep, my Heliostar has relegated my lunt into the shed. It sits in here all the time now. And my
I forget, that was
the Coronados are sitting
that
in
was this
case.
one. Hold on, share again. That's the one you're talking about?
Yeah, we can't see it yet.
Just
Yeah,
There it is.
oh yeah, there we go.
That's
That
fine.
one?
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, honest to goodness, when I set the Heliostar up, and everybody, in Bob Yosel's review said, let it warm up for 30 minutes and I swear, I get the sun in, I move that little lever, I think about a half an inch, and it goes boom, and it's there.
Mm.
There's no balancing. I mean, I have to move the camera I use is the Uranus M, the one Alexander and Nick have, and it has a long axis, and it has to be just a little bit more to the left of the frame than the center, but then I just put a
Is this
square
with a
around
flat
it.
panel? Are you using a flat panel on this?
No, I don't. There's no
That's
flats.
unbelievable, man. That's probably that image rivals Alexandra's solar 100. I mean, it really does. Her solar spectrum
Well,
setup. That's probably the best Edelon based image I've ever seen.
well, she posted her image from the Heliostar, and then Nick did, and I went. That was the day I ordered mine, because I'd been watching a couple of imagers over on another site, and they were horrible. They were bands. They were half the sun was out of band and everything out. Then I saw Alexander and Nick. I went, well, I know they know what they're doing. So I think I'll go ahead and order this thing. And as soon as I put it up there, and now I've loved my lunt for 13 years, but not having to play with 2 Edelons and getting this is like, oh, I'm happy. I'm good to go
You
here.
forgot to mention how you saw my image, and it was also.
Well, that was it, Stephen. That was my first. That was my first hint.
That
Well,
is
I
probably
must-
the most
I must
beautiful Edelon
admit-
image I've ever seen.
Yeah. The Heliostar, since I've had it, I just want to use nothing else.
No,
You know,
It's
I've
so
got,
small.
like the Solarscope 100, but the Heliostar, it's just so lovely, and you can just set it up in like 5 minutes
yep.
and see such a fantastic image. Yeah, I know it's only like 76 millimeters rather than 100 millimeters, but
Yeah, something
It's
else
amazing.
I've noticed during my animations, over time with my lunt, I would have to continually either change the tuning, because I'd watch the filaments basically disappear because they're going out of tune. I haven't noticed that over time with the Heliostar.
I agree.
I start early. Usually I'll start in the morning, about 8:45 our time. And by 11 o'clock, if I was using the lunt, the filaments would disappear. I could get them back by retuning it, but the Heliostar, it just seems to hold, which I know it's using pressure rather than tilt, but you would think temperature and the sun coming up, I mean, there is a slight change in illumination because it's rising, and you just get more energy, but it's not like watching it go out of tune. I don't see that happen.
What's
You know,
your
the 100 is supposed to have the 100 millimeter Heliostar has at my insistence a feather touch
Yeah.
quality focuser on it. But I don't know when it's ever going to come out because of the change in the economy, and the cost of importing things now has gone so high that they may not be able to do it because it would be
That
restrictively
focuser
expensive.
surprised me too, because it's nice and beefy.
what are
It
you,
comes with it.
what are your processing steps for this one, please, Warren?
The processing steps,
Yeah.
minimal. Actually, I mean, what's coming out of AutoStacker, I could almost post. This is IMPPG
Yeah.
with just a slight sharpening.
Okay.
And then for the proms, I bring it into Photoshop. I go to Camera Raw, and I lift shadows.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, it's made it pretty simple.
Are you a Pixel Insight user, Warren?
I do. I use PixInsight on my animations for balancing, Stu, for when I have it starting early and going, and it goes from dark to lighter.
Right.
Then I'll go to take them into PixInsight, and that batch linear fit balances it. I'll usually pick. Typically pick the brightest. I'll start it pretty dark, and it gets brighter. So I'll pick the brightest image because it works best. If you take a dark image and go to bright, it works really well. If you try to take a bright image and darken it, it starts to lose contrast. But taking a dark image and to brighter, it holds the contrast better. So I'll do that with PixInsight.
Okay.
My head's starting to hurt when you talk about PixInsight.
Oh, it's Stephen. I bought PixInsight when it first came out, and I hated it every year. And all these imagers would be coming on. Oh, see what I'm doing with pixel math and everything. I'm going, huh? And I'm trying to get to anything. I could at least combine images and get some color out of them, but I couldn't do the stuff that they do. So it works well.
I use it all the time now, and I took all the
Oh,
courses
do you?
and everything. Yeah, so I learned
Good
how
for
to use
you.
it, and it's still a pain in the ass, a major pain in the ass.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it is the best software out there for processing nighttime images for sure.
Well, it's
Anyway,
all math related.
Math is good.
So anyway, I'll stop sharing now. If anybody else has something.
So I have a question. When you put out the heliostat, you actually have to let it warm up or acclimate.
There, honestly, usually it's out there about 30 minutes or to 40 minutes anyway, Franco, because the sun's either behind a neighbor house or a tree. So it's out there usually, 30 to 40 minutes anyway. But it's like I said, I see very little change, and I don't see a real issue with finding the sweet spot like has been talked about, that it's condensed. I mean, I may be able to find a little bit of a hint of a double limb at times at one section, but not much.
So you put it out.
That's been my experience with it too.
Half an hour before you start imaging.
Yeah. Usually it's been out there at least a half an hour before I actually start imaging.
How about you, Alexandra or Stephen?
I usually put mine out, and then I immediately sort of like put it onto band, absolutely go wild about how wonderful the sun looks, sit there staring at it for at least 20 minutes or more before I even put the camera on it.
Oh.
So it probably is about 30 minutes before I put the camera on it, only because I just get really excited about staring at it for so long.
Yeah.
But
Mine's always ambient temperature outside in the observatory.
Yeah.
But I'm ashamed to say I have it sitting on top of my 100 millimeter Esprit as my visual scope, so I can see whether or not I want to take some spectroscopy images or not. And I'm really rethinking that whole thing now, because that was an absolutely beautiful image, and to hear that you did no processing is amazing. So
Oh yes,
I'm
Stephen.
gonna.
We were all amazed.
It's hard to go back after you take some SHG 700 images. It's really hard to go back.
Yes, you were saying that you took 90 minutes to process the Heliostar image. What were you doing?
Well, that's because I had to get a flat panel, and I had to go do this and that. I wasn't letting it sit for 45 minutes before I took an image, but maybe I'll try that. I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. The Heliostar is the best Etalon-based scope I've seen.
Yeah, you really shouldn't have to use a flat on it unless you've got some dust motes or something like that. But
taking it into the house, starting photo, all the editing software, messing around with it, taking it back out, putting it on face. The SHG image comes out after the capture automatically from JSolex, and there it is. It's done. So that's what I was trying to say. But the Heliostar works great for me immediately upon initial use, and I've been doing like Alexandra, where I just look through it visually, and I'm blown away, and I go, man, I got to get this spectrograph on here.
Actually, I have another question. I read that the Heliostar has got the Etalon is 40 millimeter diameter.
The Heliostar?
Yeah.
I believe
it's 76 millimeter
aperture, but
it's an internal Etalon.
Right.
And I'm guessing it's the same size as the one on the Acuter, which is 40.
Right.
I'm guessing it's a 40 millimeter Etalon inside, because they're both companies with, Skywatcher, Celestron, whatever. And I think they use a similar pressure tuning, where it's got 3 pressure points and the center too, I think. Right, Alexander? I think it's the center, and it's called the I can't remember. If you read Bob Yosel's review on it, he describes it, but it's basically using the technique that people are putting the pressure ring around to bring things tilt, to bring it on band without tilting it.
Yeah, that's what
and it's applying even pressure across the Etalon, whereas the other ones, other than Lunt using air, apply pressure unevenly. Like I think most of the Coronados are center, if I remember correctly.
What about the Land 60? What's the diameter of the Etalon of the Land 60?
On the 60?
Yeah.
22.
Oh, for the internal tilt?
Yeah.
I don't know what the size of that one is. I'm guessing it's around 30, 25 to 30. Usually they're about half of what, of course, my front 60 is a 60 millimeter. Yeah. That's why it's more expensive than the scope that has the internal one.
So it's interesting, this relationship between the aperture of the scope and the diameter of the Etalon, which is, for instance, I had a Coronado 90, and I think the Etalon was, I don't know if it was 90, but it looked like it was 90.
Well, because it was the front mounted. The front mounted ones, when they say it's a 90 millimeter sized Etalon, it's when they're internal, like the pressure tune, they're all fairly small Etalons. That's why Lunt did it that way, to bring the price down. Because when you look at a 60 millimeter front Etalon, it's almost 2,000. And the 60 millimeter scopes only, well, I don't know what it is now. It's maybe 2100 because you've got the whole scope and everything. But it's a much smaller Etalon, so it's much cheaper.
Right.
Yep. My internet's screwing up again.
Okay. Thank you.
Are any of you thinking of getting the bigger Heliostar when it appears? Is it 100 millimeter or something? Is it, Stephen?
Yeah.
I've already bought it, except I don't know that it's ever going to
Yeah.
materialize. Things have changed drastically in this country for imports.
Yep.
So I'm not sure if that's ever going to, because the problem is it
I
would be so
would
expensive,
like
it
them to
couldn't
work
compete.
it out.
You'll have to
Yeah.
ship it to the UK and Ireland. Myself and Alex
Yes, I'll have to send it to Michael.
can try it out for you. We're more than happy to try. And Stuart, we'll take turns.
What I have is yours, Michael. My scopes are your scopes.
Sounds good.
If I were to change anything, I'd want a little more in focus to it. It's the blocking filter's small and short, whereas with the Lunt, it's very large and you can move it in, out, and stuff like that. Because I couldn't use a 2X Barlow with this. I had to take the nose piece off a 2X and put it on my camera for it to come to focus. There just wasn't enough inward travel.
All right, so this information says the internal Etalon is 40 millimeters, and the tuning system is called the Trifid tuning system, and it has 3 pressure points that are not on the edge. You know, they're slightly inside the circumference of the Etalon that apply pressure, as opposed to the ring and all the other ones that just uneven. It screws down, physically screws down, and applies pressure unevenly. That's the sweet spot in most of your Etalon-based telescopes. So it's a 40 millimeter internal.
And is it the same size in the 100 millimeter, Stephen, or will it be a larger?
100 millimeter hasn't actually materialized yet, so I don't know what's in it.
Oh, okay, so still vaporware. Okay.
Yeah, they sent me out the 76. Me and Bob also got them together, and that was out for 3-4 months before. Then there were some problems with it that we both worked out, and now it's excellent.
Bob told them
I have not seen the 100 yet.
Yeah, Bob said it had to be a large. What he told them, it should be larger, so the sweet spot's larger. That's the one thing he was with the 76, that the sweet spot was so small, it was difficult to get the full disc in. Now I'm not seeing that issue.
No.
But he suggested to them make the Etalon a little bit larger in this one, so there's a larger sweet spot.
Well, the housing wasn't very stable either, so we had them not redesigned, but reinforced the housing so it would stay exactly in the same position when it was tuned, which is what you're getting with yours. That was a good thing. And my input was the green trim, because
the green trim
on the scope, yeah, and the soul finder. So, but Kevin Lagore developed this basically, and he's one of the people we sponsored from the start through Charlie Bates as an astronomer outreach provider. And now he's number 2 at Skywatcher.
Yeah.
So he's been a good friend of us.
The other I'd like to see is on the rings to have the knobs instead of the Allen wrench screws that.
Yeah, those rings suck, man. I don't like the rings.
That could be changed, but it's no big deal.
Every bit of this was done to save money on stuff that was not important to the image.
Right.
And the focuser, it could have been better, but it does work all right. It just doesn't look that great. And the blocking filter is also made of some cheap material, but it works great. It's just not solid machined, astrophysics steel, because that would have put the scope over $8,000. And we wanted this scope to be less than a double stack 80.
They did a good job on that. It's half. It's less than half of it.
Those of us that have been doing this for a while, the scope costs nothing compared to what any kind of performance close to it. But of course, people still bitch about it. Oh, it's $3,000.
I tried to help a guy with a double stacked 80, and I had a heck of a time getting that thing tuned. I'm surprised. I'm amazed at Peter in Australia, how well his comes out, because I played with those pressure tuners forever, and it was like, oh,
Well, the Heliostar's been great for the market because now Lunt is kicking back into gear, and I'm really good friends with the guy that makes all the scopes at Lunt. We talk all the time.
Yeah.
And they're going to put out some stuff that's top notch also pretty soon. So I'm really glad to see some new competition because you know, we need to get to an automated solar imaging scope. Obviously, somebody needs to get this going. I know that it hurts everybody's feelings here, but we need to make it so that there's not 15 people on Earth that can take an image like Warren Sprung's. We need to have 15 million people on Earth that can do that. And that's the point of this entire nonprofit, is to get more people thinking about science and reason and, you know, not thinking about overthrowing our government. So that's the whole point of this thing. Anyway, I will shut up now. I wax poetic.
Okay.
Has anybody got any further questions, or it's 8 o'clock? Oh, well, it's not 8 o'clock for everyone else. We've had 1 hour. So
Yeah, we're good.
should we draw things to a close? Yeah.
Alexandra, if you decide to take another bird trip anytime soon to the Florida coast or the Georgia coast, we have a wonderful place for you now. Although this is probably not the best time to be coming to the United States, but
no.
Anybody else, if you come up this way, we have a wonderful big spread. You're all welcome to stay.
Oh. Okay, so thanks, Raina, for showing us
Yeah.
all about the focuser. That's brilliant. And most of all, showing us that live sun, that lovely prominence. That was just incredible. Thank you for that. That's made my day. And thanks everybody else who's contributed and helped, Warren, and all of your lovely images and stuff. And it's been great to see everyone. So see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Take care,
Thanks,
folks.
Take
Bye,
care.
bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Thank you, Rainer.